Hello, dear friends. I hope you're doing really well. Let's continue reading. We are in the book of Numbers, chapter 21, verse 10. Now, obviously, Israel, Moses, they're still in the wilderness, but they're getting very close. They're getting close to the promised land, to the land of Canaan. They kind of almost are there. They're in the southern part of Israel. They are surrounding Israel on the east side because Edom, doesn't want to let them go through their land. So they're surrounding the land of Edom. Now they're getting east and north, to the east and north part of Israel. And let's keep reading. We're in the book of Numbers, chapter 21, verse 10. Now the sons of Israel moved out and camped in Oboth. They journeyed from Oboth and camped at Liabarim in the wilderness, which is opposite Moab to the east. Now this has to be like in the middle part, or middle, maybe northern part of Jordan, what is now the country of Jordan. That's Moab. Moab is the land of no, you know what? We're going to talk about it later. Moab and the other kingdom among both were the children of Lot. So we're going to see that God is not going to take away their land. Moab gets to have land. Ammon gets to have land. Edom gets to have land, and also Israel. But unfortunately, most of the nations are surround these nations. They don't want Israel, but that's not their decision. It's God's decision, right? So let's keep reading. From there, they set out and camped in Wadi Seret. From there, they journeyed and camped on the other side of the Arnon, which is in the wilderness that comes out of the border of the Amorites. From the Arnon is the border of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites. So Moab is the east of east central south east central part of the east central part of Israel. That's Moab, where now is that a part of Jordan, because Jordan is big. Let's keep reading. Therefore, it is said in the book of the words of the Lord, Waheb in Sufa, and the wadis of the Arnon, and the slope of the wadis that extends to the side of Ar and leans to the border of Moab. From there, they continue to be Beer, that is the well where the Lord said to Moses, assemble the people that I may give them water. Then Israel sang this song, spring up, O well, sing to it. The well which the leaders sank, which the nobles of the people dug, with the scepter and with their staffs. And from the wilderness they continued to Matana, and from Matana to Nahaliel, and from Nahaliel to Bamoth, and from Bamoth to the valley that is in the land of Moab, at the top of Pisgah, which overlooks the wasteland. Then Israel sent messengers to Sihon, king of the Amorites, saying, let me pass through your land. We will not turn off into field or vineyard. We will not drink water from wells. We will go by the king's highway until we have passed through your border. But Sihon would not permit Israel to pass through his border. So Sihon gathered all his people and went out against Israel in the wilderness and came to Jahaz and fought against Israel. Then Israel struck him with the edge of the sword and took possession of his land from the Arnon to the Jabbok, as far as the sons of Ammon, for the border of the sons of Ammon was Jazer. So now, dear friends, Israel is going to conquest, kick out the Canaanites, kick out the Amorites. Not all of them, unfortunately. They're supposed to kick them all out, but they're not going to kick them all out. But they're starting to conquest the, the land. Now, The first thing that they did they go and war with them right away? No, they asked for permission. Please let us go through your land. And the king right away went and to fight with them. Well, they fought and they won. Because why? Because God is giving them the victory. God is judging the Canaanites and the Amorites, and God is giving Israel the victory. So now they're getting cities on the east side of the Jordan River. Okay, let's get now. This is the first victory against Sihon, king of Heshbon. Okay, Israel took all the cities, all the cities, and Israel lived in all the cities of the Amorites, in Heshbon and in all her villages. For Heshbon was the city of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who had fought against the former king of Moab and had taken all his land out of his hand as far as the Arnon. So before, obviously, all this, the land of Canaan, as many other lands, they're all kingdoms. They're all full of kingdoms. And from time to time, they fight, And so that land that Israel just won was previously from Moab. The king Sihon had fought and taken out Heshbon from the Moabites. So now, you never know who you're working for. Now that land is for Israel. Okay, so let's keep reading. And don't forget something, dear friends. The promised land, the borders of the promised land is a lot bigger than the current state of Israel. It's a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger than it. So let's keep reading. Therefore, those who use Proverbs say, come to Heshbon, let it be built. So let the city of Sihon be established. For a fire went forth from Heshbon, a flame from the town of Sihon. It devoured Ar of Moab, the dominant heights of the Arnon. Woe to you, O Moab! You are ruined, O people of Chemosh. He has given his sons as fugitives and his daughters into captivity to an Amorite king, Sihon. But we have cast them down. Heshbon is ruined as far as Dibon. Then we have laid waste even to Nopha, which reaches to Medeba. Thus Israel lived in the land of the Amorites. Moses sent to spy out Jazer, and they captured its villages and dispossessed the Amorites who were there. Then they turned and went up by the way of Bashan, and Og, the king of Bashan, went out with all his people for battle at Edrei. But the Lord said to Moses, do not fear him, for I have given him into your hand, and all his people and his land, and you shall do to him as you did to Sihon, king of the Amorites, who live at Heshbon. So they killed him and his sons and all his people until there was no remnant left him, and they possessed his land. So now Israel is very close to the promised land. They already started to conquer, fight the people. Actually, the first was not supposed to be a fight. They asked permission to Sihon, king of Heshbon, and the king decided to fight. So Israel fought and won. Fairly, God is giving them the victory. They're already possessing some of the cities and villages of the Amorites. Now they took Jazer. I think that's the name of the city. It's in verse 32. I think. Let me see. Jazer. I thought it was. Let me see. Wait, it says Jazer, and they captured its villages. So they are conquering Heshbon. Now, this is in the middle northern eastern part of Israel, okay, on the east of the Jordan River. So it's Heshbon, the kingdom of Heshbon, then Jazer, and now the kingdom of Bashan. That's in the northeast of Israel, and we're gonna see that this king Og, king of Bashan, he's mentioned a lot in the Old Testament. I don't know if in the New Testament, but he's mentioned a lot. Why? Because he was a giant. I think in Deuteronomy or Joshua, we have they have the measurements of his bed. It was huge. He was a giant. So that's why God is telling them, do not fear him, for I have given him into your hands. So God is giving the victory to Israel. They have won against the king of Heshbon, against that city Jazer, and now the king of Bashan. And he was a giant. So, it was easy for Israel because God is giving them the victory. Now they're winning and winning and winning. We're going to see next chapter, chapter 22, that, that one of the kings surrounding the promised land is trembling with fear. We're gonna know that many of the kings, because there are many kingdoms in the promised land, are fearful of Israel, and they don't know what to do, and they're gonna start doing bad things, because they fear Israel, and they obviously do not want to let go of their kingdoms, of their lives, but they could surrender. I mean, I don't know. They could either run away or surrender, but there's no way. They're not going to win because God is giving Israel the victory. So Israel is starting to win on the east side of the Jordan River. They're winning, taking cities. And now we're going to see what one king is going to try to do because he fears Israel so much. But he's going to do something not very smart. We're going to see. We're going to see when we get there. It's so interesting. Chapters 22, 23, 24. Okay, so God willing, we'll continue tomorrow. Bye-bye.